It looks like Blizzard have revealed Inarius' true face or even final form in Diablo 4 in the most unexpected of places. So, potential spoiler warnings ahead.
This is how you choose to approach me.
This is an official image, and here's how I got my hands on it. During Diablo's Hell's Inc. tour, one of our Discord members, Lady Dragonfox, has got her tattoo of Lilith and Inarius, due to her undying love of the mum and dad of Sanctuary.
Inarius and Lilith are very important to me because their story is very much similar to the story that I met my husband.
But how does this sweet ink relate to Inarius? Well, the story goes, as Lady Dragonfox was schmoozing with the production crew, she leans over and spies in this awful red light you see in the video a crazy lore gem hiding in plain sight. And being the greedy lore junkie she is, and why I respect her, she snapped the picture, then immediately scoured Google for the image and realized it was nowhere. No one else seems to have it, and also thought in her words, why is Inarius wearing sunglasses? So, she somehow got the crew to acquiesce and turn off the red lights to reveal this admittedly bizarre rendition of the Father of Sanctuary. Now, there is a ton we can glean from this picture as well, and I have further intel about why this angel actually looks like this, but there's a huge spoiler I'm leaving till the end of the video. And I do need to note the rest of the video should be taken with a grain of salt, but with the disclaimer out of the way, here's what we know regarding these distinctive features we see and the reasons why Inarius may appear like this in-game. Now, if we look closely at the armor, we see it's a near one-for-one for his armor we've already seen in-game. His weaponry, though, we'll discuss soon, but more importantly, Inarius is seen with his robe down and his face is fully revealed. I don't know if this is the first angel face reveal outside of Tyrael's little mortal man move in D3, but as we know, angels are beings of light, so it's interesting to see how his features are formed at all. Now, that is also a funny thought because in the Sin War novels, it's stated that in his kind of human form, Inarius had perfect features that were blurry, almost unknowable, and this seems to be an artist's best attempt to capture that abstract description. Also of note, we see Inarius' halo, which has similarities to the grace of Inarius' necro armor from Rise of the Necromancer. Now, we'd previously also seen his hair in lieu of a hood, which seems to be gone, but that was in the Sword of Justice comic as well as other media. But as mentioned, the hood and armor we see in Diablo 4 is already a complete redesign from earlier depictions, and if his official statue is anything to go by, the armor and hood style is canon for Inarius since he was tortured in hell at the culmination of the Sin War. What's also of note is the floating lantern that he holds. Now, I don't know exactly why this is important. When doing promos for Diablo 4, Blizzard had mysteriously had these hooded figures carry the lanterns and bore the symbology of the Church of Light before we knew it was the Church of Light symbol, but my sources say this is something that holds great value lore-wise to Inarius, which we shall explore in-game. Now, you may also say, weird face and armor aside, Inarius carries a spear, not this strange sword/lance, to which I would counter, it's totally possible the fan theories floating around that the Inarius we see in Act 1 is not the real Inarius at all, but instead an imposter, as this isn't the first time we've seen a demon impersonate an angel in this series.
I am not the Archangel Tyrael.
But that's probably just a fan theory for another video. What's more likely is, Inarius only picked up said spear as his weapon of choice once he learned of the prophecy and wanted to sell the whole mythos of a spear of light piercing hatred's heart to his followers. And speaking of which, the last we saw of the angel, he was in hell throwing said spear at Lilith. And just quietly, I don't think Inarius is going to be the one to kill the daughter of hatred in this moment, seeing as we've already seen our party fight her in game, nor do I believe that Lilith would simply give back his lost projectile once he's thrown it. So it's not out of the question to think he may pick up his familiar swords if he lost his spear. And we've also seen him bear a sword in other official artwork pre-launch. It was his weapon of choice. So, what does this mean for Diablo 4? Well, this could be an earlier image or concept for Inarius, or my take is this is actually a final or second battle form where he's become more desperate. Just as Lilith was said to turn into this spiky creature of death when her children were threatened, I believe Inarius will figuratively and literally let his hood down if he feels threatened or if he's backed against a wall, and we're looking at some type of second boss fight. Like, I don't know, a good old Final Fantasy form that the player must face, he almost looks like this is his more desperate, true face that he doesn't want the church to see because he likes to remain this calm and stoic individual on the surface. But just like the Sin War novels, when he went insane, he lost all semblance of composure and went mad. And I think this is what we're looking at. And as promised, this is the final quote-unquote super spoiler. Please take it with a grain of salt because, well, nothing's verifiable and people tell me a lot of things, but the current intel is, I am told, this version of Inarius does indeed lurk beneath Prava's church, the Church of Light, I believe in Kiovashad, after an unfortunate loss in hell. Now, how he got back to the church after losing, I don't know why or how, but it's still very interesting to theorize on how this would transpire pre-launch. Again, nothing is confirmed outside this is official art, concept, or something to see in-game. We don't know, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments below.
This is how you choose to approach me.
Forgive this intrusion, but
Tell me what you need.
I must traverse the Black Lake, and that cannot be done without your blessing.
If I've learned anything during my time here, it is that what we're looking for and what we need are rarely the same thing. I once thought I could find an end to this war, but there has been no resolution, only more pain. Everything I've done has pulled me further from home, from the place I need to be. This world we made was born from the impossible, and yet, like its creators, it rots from the inside.
I don't... Lilith has entered the ancient city. With your blessing, I can pursue her.
Your kind are weak, and this world has been wasted on the crusades of the unworthy.
I can stop her.